Hold up! This isn't some cheesy kid show. This is Kids in the Tank, an interview with our keynote speakers and a young perspective on business and life from high school juniors and seniors.
Welcome to Kids in the Tank. I'm Kasten, and with me in the tank are Dorothy and Amaya. Today we are honored to have Susan Ibitz.
Yeah, you can say whatever to make you feel better.
Okay, cool. As our special guest. Susan is a corporate etiquette, imagine, and protocol consultant. Susan, you are officially in the hot seat.
Oh, God. Bring it on.
Do you speak any other languages besides Portugal, English, and Spanish?
Not for now. I registered to study Chinese and I start traveling so I can defend myself. That is another thing. And I want to learn Arabic. So I found out that it's not as difficult as I was expected. But since I always get my nose in a book or something, I think I'm going to need to wait at least a year. But I think I'm going to go with Arabic.
Nice.
Okay, so what was it like attending Harvard Law School? Is it anything like the movies?
I would say Harvard start having some parameters about levels the day they accept me. To be clear, I didn't do the complete career on Harvard in law school. I did the negotiation program. The negotiation program is set for people who are in the field of negotiation, private or public sector. When we're talking about public sector, is police, hostile negotiation, and private sector is C-level. C-level is president by president, the people who have high hierarchy. So when you do negotiation, you do not only need to be a lawyer. When you do negotiation, you can do like me. Then I'm a profiler, or I'm a human behavior hacker. So I help people reading others on negotiation. So I says, if I learn to do negotiation with hostile negotiators and I learn to do negotiation with lawyers, I can negotiate with everyone except when I want to have control of the control remote in my own house on Sundays is done. So you can negotiate everything except that.
Okay, so you have a list of all your certifications on LinkedIn from Harvard to becoming a member of Forbes Coach Council. How long did it take you to accomplish all that?
27 years, and this year I'm doing my MPA, who's really behind. I shouldn't have done it, movement pattern analysis. I'm doing my master certification in face reading, even though I've been doing face reading for a long time. You never stop. And I'm doing finalizing my Myers-Briggs, and I'm going to do Oceans, who are personality types. And what I say is, you don't finish where the paper is printed in your wall. That's when the hard part starts. Why? Because now you need to keep up and honoring the people who trust you to give you a certificate saying, okay, you have the tools. Nobody tell you you're going to be the best. I met people, then I study on my path to where I am, where like they never did anything. And they said, how you become so good and what you do? Well, I have news for you. In my perfect scenario, I don't start working until noon because I wake up at 8 a.m. and I do at least 1 hour of each of the features that I learn. I read all the time. Your brain is a muscle. So how long it take me to have the certification? Paper, some of them take 6 months, a year. To keep them, 27 years of training and practice. And my grandmother died when she was 147, so probably have 53 more years. And if I don't find anything else to study, like she asked me what language, I'm going to go start doing languages. Your brain, again, is a muscle. Keep going. So you never stop.
Just, not just to go off of this, but just like you said, just like you're talking about your day-to-day, what does like a regular day look like for you, like in your work day?
Yeah.
I have two worlds, really, really separated, and I always says you can have both. So I spend Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday in Chicago City. Corporate America now is happening those 3 days of the week. Is awesome because Friday and Monday people work from home. Everybody in the team work from home. We are all around the country, the continents, and we have people in other continents. We have meetings that sometimes people have meeting at midnight when it's noon here. So when I do it Tuesday to Thursday, I don't know because other people is in control if I'm doing trainings or then doing keynote speaking. One of the things that I have in my contract, I don't start before 8 a.m. I'm not a morning person. I seriously, you see a Rottweiler mad, you need to see me before 8 o'clock. In the possible way, I try to do it before, nothing before 10 a.m., but if you're in another coach, you need to do it. But I'm not a nice person in the morning. Like, nope, not even myself I like in the mirror. So I'm not trying to do anything before 10 a.m. so I have time to ease my mind and be more sociable. I'm a night person. But if I'm not working, I wake up around 10 a.m. in the morning. I read and go through articles. I'm a junkie reader. Like everything that you put in front of me, I can talk about any subject. Not because I'm intelligent, it's because I'm a curious monkey. Knowledge for me is like I'm addicted to knowledge. I need to know more and more and more. I don't know if it's a problem, but it's a nice problem to have. I get hook up meaning that I get in the computer and answering emails and in contact with my team at 1 p.m. in the evening. So if I'm not writing articles, I'm preparing classes or talking with clients. We do a lot of freak meetings. We call freak meetings because we have meetings with people that we're going to have doing training. So when they kind of like, I don't believe this is true. Like, okay, let's jump in a meeting and I can read their faces. I can read their body language. And like, you can see we can deliver. That's what we do. And I usually stop around 5 p.m. I'm going for a power walk because when I'm not in Chicago, I live on the beach and the dunes. So I live in an acre of land. I don't have any neighbors. I don't have anybody around me. I love it. It's the only way I can do what I do because I can disconnect from the world. I'm extremely visual. So I go for a power walk on the dunes. I go to the beach, sit for a little, come back home, have dinner, and go back to work. And I usually stay up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And the funny part is another people on the team, they work at night. So sometimes we have meetings like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. It's not a like normal schedule, but it's work for me. Yeah. I'm a night person, and everybody work on the time. They respect their own the timing, internal timing, and that's where the team start sparking, is when the team start working the best and everybody start putting 100% because everybody feel respect with that.
What did you think you were going to become as a junior or senior in high school?
Not becoming crazy was a really good one. So I would say it's better to first not known what you cannot do or you don't want to do. I knew the numbers weren't for me. I knew that everything who has to do with mathematic numbers or being a 9 to 5 is going to work. Like, nope. My parents were 9 to 5. My parents were diplomat. My mom was a stewardess. My dad was an artist, like painter. So my house never was like normal house. And I like it that. And now growing up, I like it more because I know that I have that seed put on me. And I really appreciate it. Like when I said when we talk, my parents gave me wins. You don't learn that in anywhere. So I wanted to be a profiler for the FBI. I watch all these shows. Oh, come on, yeah. I know it's a cliche, but I watch Columbo and like how he played dumb. Like, okay, tell me. So what time you went to bed? And I start doing the questions, and I find out when I learn interview and interrogation, there's a back forward way to do questions to see if the people, when they lie, they cannot replicate the lie when you ask in the middle of the story. So I get fascinated. But again, when I get to study psychology, I found 3 things. First of all was my dyslexia was a really huge problem to apply to the test and do papers, not to incorporate the knowledge. I still remember. Second of all, they keep asking me to think inside a box who I don't belong. I never belong in a box. Like my persona is different. And it took me a long time to be happy with myself and realize that if people doesn't like you, doesn't matter what you do, they're not going to like you. At least be happy on the process. And third of all is the terms for people who was living outside in the United States to apply for the FBI at that point as a foreigner was 24 years old. in where I was study, you study your career and your master at the same time. So your career is 5 years. I never would have completed with my problem. So that was a huge one because I didn't have a backup plan. I like, okay, and now what? What I do? If I don't do this, what I do? What I didn't have at that time is the knowledge that I have today that it was a backup plan. It was possible to do it outside the box. I was really lucky to find someone who really rapidly went from, oh my God, I never have a backup plan. I don't know what to do if I don't do this. What am I going to do? And put me in the right direction. But I never dreamed to be a mom, as a doctor, save the world. No, it's people who is way more qualified. I'm dealing with the crisis, and I have fun doing my job. That's how much I can do. I can help people better communicate, having a better relationship. Saving the world never was my purpose because I don't think I can do it.
Okay, so I have 2 questions. The first question is, do you travel like to different countries like a lot or like around the country a lot? Because I know you said like you have different employees like in different parts of like the world and everything. Like, do you do that?
In the last 4 weeks, I was in 3 different time zones, and it's really hard. When you're young, it looks so cool and fashion and the airport. And like, let me tell you, your back hurts. You miss your shower. You miss things like your toothpaste. You miss the taste of the water. So I'm getting to a point that since I move in the middle of nowhere and my house is really big and it's quiet, we develop like a couple of studios like these. So it's happening more and more. One of the things that I love technology today is I can do a complete training or workshop with a team in Germany without being present. So I tend to travel less. When I got divorced, I got 4 million miles to have an idea. So it was a lot. So that's how much I travel. I used to travel like 40 weeks a year. It was too much. It was great experience. I met amazing people. I can go for free on vacation in Europe for like 2 months. I never going to pay a hotel because I have friends all over. And learn a lot about cultural intelligence and how we can be misrepresenting ourselves and misunderstanding other people for different things that are cultural and we assume are all the same. But to narrow the question is, yes, I did. Yes, I enjoy it. I love it. I don't want to do it anymore.
That's awesome, though. Okay, so then the second question is, what is the best piece of advice that you would give our generation? You kind of answered it with Dorothy's question, but like just to go like more in depth.
I know I'm going to have parents like wanted to shoot me for this, but not everybody need to go to college. I give Melissa when she says, hey, you want to come to the BizTank? Like, yeah, I would love to. And says, well, I have a person who have all the money in the world and need a heart transplant. And I have the best doctor in this part of the city. And suddenly we have a blackout and no phones working. And it's only one taxi driver who can take the doctor to the patient. Who's the most important person in that scenario? The taxi driver.
Yeah.
Because these men have a lot of money in the world, can have the best doctor, but if the taxi driver wasn't doing his job or her job, the guy would die, and the other guy would have the money. So I would say, be true to yourself. I don't call what I do work one day of my life. And for many years, in the beginning, I needed to do things not that were against my belief, but there wasn't making me happy. Nobody become millionaire in one day. Everything look fancy and greener and happier and funnier from outside. What I do is a curse and a bless. You don't have people who want to be with you. You don't have friends who want to talk to you when they have a bad day. You want to have a date and guys running away because like, oh my God, you're going to... So from outside look fun and great, but have the consequences. So you always have pros and cons and everything. I have friends who have been models and work for Chanel in Europe and says, oh my God, it was the worst part of my life being a model. But you see him from outside like, oh my God, it's so fashion and the clothing and the partying, but how they pressure you to. So first of all, Not everybody can have the good relationship with their parents, but look for a mentor who have their brains on side of the head, of the skull. So look for somebody who is not cool, but they get the BS together. They need to. So if your parents are not that people, go with somebody who can mentor it. Be true to yourself. Don't, when I ask kids, like, what are you going to be? CEO or millionaire? Like, okay, how are you going to do that? Like, you see, now we have a problem. Have a backup plan. Have an idea where you're going to go, how you're going to go. Not only is important where you're going to go, how you go there. It's what makes you who you are. Because my path, when you ask me how long it took you, 27 years. Because I keep studying, I keep repeating the classes. It's the path that I do in every day to get what I want to go. So make sure that process and the people you bring to you in your life, that's who you are. If you have bad friends or people who give you bad advice, you're going to end up bad. I'm not talking about drugs. That's the things that everybody talk about. Career path, like, oh my God, you have a beautiful voice. You should do jingles. And like, nope, I want to do radio. No, you need to do jingles. No, you do radio. Still, you're talking like it's not the same. Be true to yourself. And when you know that you love someone, go for it. I prefer to be a poor entrepreneur profiler than a rich CEO of a big company. And I'm happy with that.
Okay, so I have two questions. Do you think it, not necessarily easy, but you say you work with the FBI and you don't have a degree. Do you think that they would hire someone, they regularly hire people without degrees? Like,
I wanted to get to the FBI. I wanted to be a profiler on the FBI. But by the time that I was able to complete all the requirements they have, I would be over the age and I would be too much pressure. I have the pleasure to work with some people on the FBI, but you get to a level of professionalism where that you can prove that you know what you're doing. In my case, you don't have a school. This is, okay, you want to be a psychologist, you start your path and you decide. You want to be a doctor, you find your path and you find specialties. In my case, it's a weird niche because, first of all, I found out that nobody else is doing what I do. Mm-hmm. They do, and let's be clear, they do one of the parts, but not all together. And I keep training myself and I keep studying to keep that format. I like it. It's solitude because you need now different people to talk about what you want to collaborate. But you can still be and do things without a degree who is related to school, but has to do with certifications. What are the careers outside mine? Career advice and expertise is not my field of knowledge. So I wouldn't be talking about something that I don't know to tell you what are those expertise. But I know people who's amazing chef who never went to culinary school. They took certification of safety in the kitchen that person can do with an egg, what I cannot do even if I have a year of school of culinary. So first, you are born with certain gift. What the school does is give you the format and the structure to that gift become a career. I never could be a doctor. I see blood beside a crime scene and I fell on the floor. So doctor for me, I don't care how much money they do. I cannot do that. So that's answer your question?
Yeah. And then for the second question, can you turn off your hacking skills or are you constantly evaluating somebody? And does being a human behavior hacker make it easier or harder on your personal relationships?
What do you think I move in the middle of the doing? Because I need to stop. It's difficult. I learned to start tuning it down because for me it was fun, but it was difficult for other people to keep conversation with me because I know, don't tell it really loud, but I found people boring. because I don't do small talk or small chat. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And don't talk about things that are not weird or making weird questions. I'm always in the networkings. They call me Houdini because I escape, because I do weird question, or I have friends says, no, you didn't really ask that. Like, why? What is the problem? Like, oh my God, you don't have any people skill. How is possible what you do for a living? So it's difficult. I always says it's a gift and a curse, but I will never would have changed it. I love it. I have so much fun sometimes with myself watching TV and like, oh my God, it's going to come. The punch is coming. Like, here you go. You see the punch. This person, I start seeing faces on the subway. I love to take the train because I can see faces. So no, I cannot turn it down. Yes, it's a problem in your personal life. 3, nobody want to date you because they feel like always observed. It's an excuse, actually, until I found somebody who's like secure enough to deal with it.
Okay, so I have 2 questions again. And the first one is, what was it like reading Elon Musk?
Ooh, actually, I did it for a friend who worked in his team. I cannot say the name, but he says, he's driving me crazy. Can you do a reading? And I like the reading, so I put it out there. It's like everyone. I think every stage of genius have a stage of craziness, good craziness. I think he have a different vision, and that's where the big things are done today. Like Henry Ford, he didn't went to college. He did the assembly lines that we have today to make cars. I think one of the most classic and beautiful designers who today still inspire us is Coco Chanel. She didn't went to college, and she designed her first piece when she was 40. So I think that he's different, and he's different his way. I don't know him personally. I asked to have an interview. Didn't happen it, but now that I signed a contract to do books, he's going to be on my Faces of Power, the next book. Not the first one who coming out now, who has to do with politicians, but my second Faces of Power, he is going to be my target. He give me an interview or not, he's going to be a complete 16 pages face reading of him. So if somebody's listening to this in the Elon Musk team, I want an interview with him.
She needs an interview.
Yeah, I need to spook him. The same thing we did with Jeff, I'm going to do it with him.
That was so funny. That was
awesome.
that was pretty good.
Not for him, I think so.
Okay, and then how are you able to know what about certain like facial features, like the eyebrow shapes? Like how is it hard to know what that means, and like was it hard to learn how those like what it means?
There always says the same for people who want to learn. It says, I don't want to make it difficult, like, oh, nobody else can do it. But it's not a lot of people who does it because, as I said, people who give you a paper give you the permission to say, then I can do it, but I need to practice. And what face reading require, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of learning. The reason it's difficult to find information about people or face reading or physiognomy or books out there is because not a lot of people get the skill level set required to do it like I did it with Jeff. Why? Because you need to study every day. Again, it's really difficult. So the first 3 things you need to do is to having a really good mentor, somebody who bring you on the hand, who challenge you to become every day better, to have a really high discipline. I don't have any discipline with my food, with my exercise, with my sleeping, but I have a strictly rigid discipline with the time that I spend reading and doing exercise. I do a lot of pro bono that help me to talk with people in a way that is not corporate, so I can ask questions that maybe are not proper, that allow me to keep researching, like the research I'm doing with the piercing and twins. Nobody have done it before, so like I do it when I talk to people. It's to identify, to having a really good mentor, to identify the features. Memorizing what the feature mean is easy. Identifying, finding on the face, looking if the personal or the business side, and how to complement together. And the most difficult part, at least was for me, because I'm a neutral, I'm a highly low explorer and extremely analytical, meaning that I spit what I think without thinking that you're not aware. Like, oh my God, don't you know that you look X and Y? And people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, shoot, I was under the impression you knew that. That's mean to be neutral. Low explorer is like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I don't like changes, and that's difficult when you talk to people who think in another way. And I'm highly, highly investigative. I investigate everything. I read everything, so I assume the other people do the same. So when I needed to talk to people and explain what I see on the faces, I was too technical, and I was too direct. And I was shooting people instead of talking to people. And I needed to understand that I wasn't training or talking with somebody who is in a hostile negotiation situation, or is not in a negotiation situation, or is not the SWAT team. It's people who have feelings, and they are listening to things that for the first time, they're really to them. They have somebody to see them. And it was difficult for me because I'm not the kind of empath who feel your feelings. I'm a fixer. Pointy eyebrows and a straight chin, meaning that I'm a fixing mode. Like, oh my God, I saw that you are burning out. Like, we need to. I have a friend who does meditation. Like, can you ask me why I'm burning out and start to try to fix it? Like, I don't know how to do that. I have a great therapist that I can give you. So it was really difficult for me to be more human, connected, and empath, and patient with people when I explain things they don't understand or they don't want to see. I says, the only mistake you're going to find in a reader like me is because you have a bad day and you don't know how to explain things. But all the people that I know been doing this professionally, they're like really assertive with what they do.
Thank you for answering our questions. We will be moving into our next segment, Flip It, where you will be asking us the questions.
Ooh. Can I ask the same question of the three of you so we can compare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You have the chance to meet one person, dead or alive, that you admire and spend 24 hours with that person. Who will be and why? I know. I remember when I told you I'm neutral, I'm weird in social scenarios, and I don't know how to do small talk. So if you expect me to say what you're going to do when you're grown up, it's not going to happen. So who you admire?
Oh, let's see.
They did that question to me, and they almost killed me. It was like, oh, shoot, what?
I got mine. It would definitely be Maren Morris. She's a country singer, and I love her music a lot. So
Okay.
I just think she's awesome.
What do you love about her that you would like to meet her?
Well, like, her music is, like, super relatable to me. So, like, I relate to the music, like, a lot. I don't know much about her. I just know that her music's, like, super relatable. So I would love to just hang out with her and be like, I love your music. Like,
What do you feel when you hear her music?
it's, like, super happy. Like, it's, like, some of her songs are a little sad, and, like, I kind of relate to them. So it's kind of like, oh, those make me a little sad, but, like, other ones make me super happy.
Good. Girls? Almost ladies. Doesn't need to be anything intelligent. Can be a hero from a movie. Like, need to be important for you.
I don't have mine yet, but if you want to go.
Okay, that's a really hard question first, because there's a lot of people that I definitely admire. But, okay.
Can we top it in 3? Okay, gonna make it easy or make it more difficult?
I think that might make it more difficult.
Okay, let's go back to 1.
Okay. I think I would have to say Audrey Hepburn. From, like, a young age, I've always, like, really admired her. And I think that she has a really interesting story because she, like, went through the Holocaust before she, like, became an actress. I just think it's really amazing that she, like, went through something so traumatic and was, like, able to make it through that and, like, become one of, like, history's greatest actresses.
And a huge humanitarian when she was. So she did a great transformation. You, my lady?
Okay, I got it now. I want to meet Ellen because
That's a good one.
she's helped so many people, and I want to
Ellen
be on,
DeGeneres?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I want to be on her show just to talk, and then she's helped so many people, and she's just like a good person in general because she's seen stories and then she's brought them on her show. She's helped them. She's brought them up to be famous, and then they're like all popular, and I want her to give me some money for college. You know, I want to.
True that.
I want to pay for college. So yeah, that's from somebody.
Good. Now I'm going to bring another of my weirdness. Who saw the Matrix movie?
I did.
Nah.
Oh, come on. I forgot that I'm talking with people who can be my kids easily. Okay, the Matrix is to make it the first one. People who's listening to 2 and 3, I'm sorry, it wasn't mine. So you get to a place and you want to have any knowledge that you can. So you plug your brain to a matrix, to a cable, like internet cable, and suddenly all that knowledge come into your brain. You don't need to go to college. You don't need to study. I want a matrix. I'm waiting for the matrix. So you can have the matrix and have any knowledge of anyone. Can be how to repair cars, how to sing, any knowledge. Who you will plug to the matrix with you. I told you, I'm a pain in the neck.
So, like, is it like a specific person? Or, like...
Knowledge can be...
Okay.
Some knowledge is related to people.
Okay.
Some knowledge is just related to field. So if you can have a person or a knowledge that you want to incorporate, which one be?
Okay, I got mine. So, I would totally do physics. Like, I really like physics in high school right now. I just don't understand, like, 90% of it. So, like, if I could understand, like, all of it, it would be totally awesome.
You like, would go with Tesla, Newton, who you will go in physics? You have any hero? You have been study about anything in physics?
No, I just know that, like, I think, like, the concepts are cool. Like, right now in physics, we're doing, like, waves and, like, how they travel. Don't really understand it, but I know it sounds cool. So, like, if I could totally just get, like, the information on how it works, that would be awesome.
You know what? Try to read the biography of most of the people that you can relate in physics, because you're going to find out not everyone have it easy. When Einstein was in school, they sent him home with a letter saying they better drop school because he's never going to be anything, because he couldn't study and relate to other people. So he was treated as a dumb kid. Hello. They proven wrong. So
yeah,
maybe if you start relating to people who deal with the same until they click it, you need only one click in your head. So you will get the metrics on physics.
Yes.
Okay. Any specific field on physics, or you still searching around?
Just searching around still.
Okay, ladies.
If I could like know everything about the brain, I don't want to do anything in the medical field, but I just want to know about the brain and how it works, every single part of it. So if I could just plug something into my brain and then like know every single part of the brain, every little nerve, every ending, like that would be really cool.
Do you know how you're going to apply it?
No, because there's so many things that different diseases come up every day, and different things that people get sick from every day, and people don't know what it is and how to figure it out. And if I could help people figure that out, I think that would be really cool.
My lady?
Okay, so does it have to be like
Can be a hobby, can be an activity, can be a sport.
Okay. But does it have to be something that like already like exists, or could it be like something that like
you can make it up? Oh my God, you're gonna just come up with a new career. Good.
So, I would like want to like discover like the cure to cancer, because that's like something that has like affected so many people and like me personally, and I just like am really like passionate about like helping people in like who have cancer, and so I would want to like find the cure for that.
Are you gonna plan to be a doctor or a researcher?
I personally, no, like I would leave that to somebody else. But if I like could like have that, yeah. But medical field is not for me. I learned in a class at school.
It's difficult. Believe me, I see blood and I fall on the floor.
Yeah.
So it's 3 questions. So last one, girls. If you can find anything that you hear today that was minimum, that you can apply who you want to be, what it be? It's anything that you feel you can apply and who you want to be, or face reading, or better communicating, or understanding that we need to talk to others the way they need to, or the micro expression are not to detect lights, but to detect emotion. Is anything that I always like when people take away something that can change a little thing, that it's like to put that piece of sand to make the big beach. So it's anything that I can learn from you guys to do it better.
So it's anything that like.
So if you learn something, it's because I did something to help you and I still can do it better. So if I learn that most people take away from these certain things, I can keep doing that because I know that I can do better for the next group that I talk or the next kids that I talk. So what would it be that you can take for yourself?
I can definitely take away the whole like communicating thing. I definitely know I need to communicate with people a lot better than I do now. So like when you were like talking about that back in like the BizTank or whatever, that was like, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely need to start doing that because I'm not too good at communicating with others.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like people in general just don't know how to communicate with one another. And so I think it's important that we like learn how to communicate with one another. And I feel like it would like lead to like less conflict and like we would all just have like a better understanding of each other as well.
I think earlier you said something about like finding a mentor or something like that. So you said something.
To find a mentor who have all the brain inside the skull, meaning that is not doing anything wrong or illegal or is going to get you to the fast path to get to where you're going to go. Somebody who help you really evolve and become the most beautiful person you can be, not because you are tall and model, it's because you're beautiful from inside out.
That's like, I think that's what I took away from today. Like that I need to find, like for me, I need to find like some mentor, basically.
So do you girls think that I should keep talking about communication that helps?
Yes.
That helps to talk about being human intelligent and being human again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
It really works.
Thank you. You know, you learn from the people that you teach. The day they, as a coach, as a trainer, you says, oh, I know everything, shoot me, please. Take me to the bed and shoot me.
Okay. Susan, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your insight a lot.
Welcome back to Kids in the Tank. We are now entering our third and final segment, the Roundtable, where we'll be talking about hot topics.
Okay, so the new Fortnite season is coming out. Who plays Fortnite here?
I actually do play Fortnite because my little sister plays Fortnite and she's like a god at Fortnite. But I'm not that good, but like she's a god.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm not really that good either, but sometimes I play with my dad because, you know, it's fun. It's fun. I
My
like Fortnite.
boyfriend's little brother plays it literally probably 6 hours a day, and I tried it one time over the summer, and I'll never try it again because I failed completely at it.
I used to play Fortnite, and that did not work out because I think it got kind of boring. But what does not get boring? Sports. In my opinion, I think they're always on the go, and there's always something to watch. And where is sports like mostly famous? College athletes. So basically, there's a new law in California saying that college athletes can make money by name and likeness. So what do you guys think about that?
So is that like people like them so they get paid to play a sport? Is like that what it is?
That's what I think it is from what I heard, but I might be wrong.
Or is it like if they're playing a sport and more people like them, then they get more money? Because that makes sense. If more people like them, then that makes sense.
That might be it. Because, like, the people that don't play, or the people that play the sports and people don't like them, then they probably get paid less. Or they get, like, less scholarships or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it would be kind of unfair if they were good and nobody liked them. But, like, then that wouldn't make sense if nobody liked them. So, I don't know.
That is accurate.
Talking about liking people, there's a lot of controversy on if people like Kylie and Travis together, but are they officially broken up now?
You go.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So I was scrolling through social media and I actually seen this last night, and it was like they're taking a break, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. They're taking a break because you know how they have a kid together.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Break means bad. Break always equals bad.
I was like, yeah, but I feel like they're gonna get back together because they have a kid, and like, oh, come on now.
Come on, yeah, for sure.
They have to stay.
But
so everyone has seen the vaping stuff, right? Like the dying whole weird thing.
Problems.
So apparently there was a mice study done that like people get like they tested mice with the vaping stuff and they got like lung cancer. So like people who vape might be getting lung cancer and dying, guys.
I think it's definitely true. I don't think it's good for anyone's body.
No, definitely not. No one should be vaping.
No.
it makes sense. Like, why I don't see why people wouldn't believe that, because like it's smoking into your lungs. Obviously, it's gonna give you lung cancer. No, you're not supposed to have smoke in your lungs.
No.
It's not good for you. So if people who think that that's not true, you're crazy.
Yeah, and I understand it's like super trendy and cool
Ooh,
to be
I got
doing
my
that,
jewel.
posting it on Snapchat and everything, but it's like in the long run, it's
so
not
stupid.
worth it. It's not worth it.
Doesn't make you cool.
The other thing is, I heard on the radio this morning that Walgreens like has officially like reported that they're not selling like any vaping stuff anymore, but they're keeping their cigarettes.
Oh gosh.
That just doesn't add up there.
Yeah.
Does not make sense.
Okay, kind of going a little bit off, but like, do you guys like think that like that stuff should even like be legal?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's really controversial.
Yeah.
And I see why people use it to like stop smoking like cigarettes.
But then you're just starting another thing, so it's like, oh.
It's like addiction after addiction.
Yeah.
Just
And people are always
going.
posting it, and people posting it with their new iPhones, their new iPhone 11s.
Oh, you got one of those.
Gotta show them out.
Just
show
look
'em
at
out.
Oh, show it.
So what do you like about the new iPhone 11, Giselle?
I think there was a lot of hype about it. I think that it's kind of just like the iPhone X.
Aren't there like 3 cameras on it? Can I see it?
There's
that-
2.
Oh, there's 2.
That's the
okay,
one.
2
See,
cameras.
Yeah.
that's the one. The other one's the one that has 3
Yeah,
cameras. That's
yeah.
like the big one,
Okay, so that's like the
the big boy one.
big boy.
My little sister also got the new iPhone. My mom said I could get it too if I wanted to give her $35 a month, but I was like, no, thank
no.
you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Ooh, no.
I'll keep my iPhone next, which is the exact same thing.
Yeah,
But-
if it's the exact same.
But
No, thank you.
you know what else people do with their iPhones? They record TikToks. What do you guys think about TikTok?
Okay,
Those things are so much fun.
Not gonna lie. At first, when I got TikTok, I did it as a joke. Then I like slowly got addicted.
No judgment. No judgment.
No, it's so
I think
funny.
and
a
now
lot
I
of people are
definitely love
addicted.
TikTok. So
Yeah.
I love watching like the Instagram videos of the TikToks,
Yeah,
and
but
people
not
just like,
actually being on TikTok.
yeah, those are hilarious, and like the really funny ones, I love them. They make me laugh.
Oh my gosh. I started watching them because I was like, oh, it's a new app. Let me go watch this. So then I start, and then I see other people posting all these funny videos, and I'm like, let me post one real quick.
I want to do it.
I go viral once. I post one again, go viral again. So I'm like, I think I'm addicted.
But you know what's so weird though?
No.
Because isn't the TikTok creators the same people as music? It's the same app.
Yeah.
So why would they go and make a
That's
different
what I
app?
was
Is it just to
confused
make
about.
more money, or like I just don't understand why they would just make a whole separate app and rebrand their whole company to make it TikTok. And
Yeah, because is Musical.ly like even a thing anymore?
It
No.
is. Oh, it's not.
It's not a
It's
thing.
not an app, but
It's-
you could find your Musical.lys on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, you can.
What?
Yeah, so
That
they're
makes
They
same
just like
zero
rebranded.
They just rebranded
Probably
the whole
to get
thing.
like more hype for it.
What?
But the
that
app
makes
is still free.
That's true. Still
So,
free.
not
Free is
complaining.
good.
True.
Did everyone see the post with Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber getting married? Because like her dress was beautiful.
Yeah.
like
I
just
did not see the
beautiful.
dress.
girl,
Oh,
girl,
you
it
gotta-
was
you gotta
like
see that dress.
huge. It was really cool. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them because there is always so much controversy with Selena Gomez and Justin
Yeah.
Bieber. Like
Yeah.
I love Selena Gomez and I love Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
but like I'm happy that he's with somebody
Who's
like I'm like
yeah,
that, like they love
who
each other.
actually like
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel that.
Understanding. Yeah.
Love that.
Ooh, Netflix guys. What's
Me.
up with Netflix?
All right.
What shows
so
are you guys watching?
Currently, I'm watching Friends because
Okay.
Friends is pretty great.
Love
Love
Friends.
And my favorite character is Joey because he's hilarious.
I love Chandler. I'm gonna be
Chandler's
totally
great,
honest.
too.
I love Chandler. And fun fact, if you guys type in like the characters' names on Google, there's this little emoji thing that pops up, and if you click it, it like runs across the screen.
Oh my god.
And they have a
pretty
different one
fun.
for every character.
I have been watching this show called The Mind Explained, and I don't usually watch Netflix. Like, I just don't have time. But I do watch that show, and it's kind of like a psychological approach where you can see, like, how your mind works and how the memory works, and it's just really cool. So,
It's cool.
recommend.
I'm watching Shameless just because I don't know if you guys ever watched Shameless before. Just because it's so real and it's based in Chicago and which is so close to us and you can actually go to the Shameless house and there's just all the things that pop up there is just so real and there's new episodes if you guys want to go watch Shameless.
We're promoting these.
I love Riverdale. I don't care if anyone judges me. I love that show. Jughead, Cole Sprouse, like he is amazing.
Yep.
And
Beautiful man.
oh yeah, very beautiful. And the new season has just started, so like the new season will be on Netflix like in a couple months or whatever.
Yeah.
And I am fully pumped for that.
Talking about, like you just said, you're fully pumped for that. I am fully pumped to go home and play Mario Kart.
True that.
Really? You're still playing it?
Yes, it's
That-
so fun.
I haven't even downloaded the
So
app yet.
I think I think it's rigged because I've gotten first place every single race that I've gotten, and I sucked at Mario Kart on like Wii and like all
Okay.
those apps.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
I don't think this is accurate.
Did you play the drift mode or the regular mode?
I played, I think it was a regular one.
I put the drift mode on. Okay, so I downloaded the app, right? Because, I was like, the hype. So I downloaded the app. I put drift mode because, I was a beast. I was a beast at Mario Kart on everything, on DS. You know when you took those field trips in 4th grade and everybody brought their DS.
DS.
Oh, yeah, that was fun times.
I would always win. But I put the drift mode, and I would always get first place, too. Like, I win first place on every race. And you can't, go against other people until you pass, certain, all the levels. So I passed all the levels, and then it just got boring to me because, I always pass first place. So I just deleted
I guess
the
so.
app.
I
That's
guess
like
so.
what I'm feeling. Like I haven't even passed all the levels yet, but I'm like, if I keep winning first place, like what's the fun of that?
Right.
You don't get angry that you lost.
I've
I thought it
gotten
was going to be
7th
so
place.
good.
Let's not talk about that, though.
On which level?
It's hard. It gets so hard, and people
I
are
passed
so
all the levels,
competitive.
though.
They just dropped new levels today.
Oh.
This girl's like, you don't even know.
You don't even know Amaya.
I keep getting notifications for it too. Like the whole time during BizTank, it was like my watch was buzzing and it was like Mario Kart. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh no.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So food. Who likes food?
I love
Me.
I'm
Food.
Everybody loves food.
Oh, it's so good. So who can cook here?
I
I
can.
can cook a little.
Okay, I'm not raising my hand because I suck at cooking.
I love
but
cooking.
What can you guys cook?
Anything Hispanic.
Oh.
I come from a family of cooks, so my whole family, they're all cooks. Like, all my uncles, my uncle owns a restaurant, and my other uncle, he's like a chef, and then my dad owns a restaurant. And my grandma was always cooking for the whole family, so I learned how to cook eventually. But my favorite dish cooking is Mexican rice. And a lot of people think, oh my God, right? I always post on my story, and always people
You
be like,
do always post it on your story.
everyone's always like, oh my gosh, Maya, you're always bragging about your rice, but rice is so easy to make. But no, it's a lot of people. It's so hard to perfect Mexican rice. Like,
there's a technique. Yeah.
Yeah, like not everybody's Mexican rice is good. Like you have to really perfect the recipe. And like I just made it like a couple days ago, and I finally perfect my recipe to its finest, and it was so good.
Yes.
Delicious.
There you go. You're gonna have to bring some.
I'm gonna be totally honest. All I can cook is a frozen pizza in the oven. That's
You can make
about.
mac and cheese too.
I
know
can
that.
barely make mac and cheese.
It's okay.
It's like kind of rough. I can make anything that's microwavable. I can definitely do that.
So you can heat things
Ramen?
up.
Yep, exactly.
You know what? That's a
Ramens?
talent.
Yep,
That's a
I can do
talent.
that.
My friend Raven, one time she forgot to put water in the ramen, and it smelled
that's-
so bad.
my
Don't ever do
That's
it.
not good. Not fun. Definitely not fun.
That'd be gross.
Yeah.
It smells the worst. Like it's literally.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I don't even want to know what it smells like. Like I'm just imagining, and it's like
Not even once. She didn't even do it one time. It's been multiple times. It's happened multiple times.
me with like anything that like actually takes thinking with cooking. My boyfriend won't let me cook because I suck at it so bad.
He's like, I'll cook tonight.
Oh yeah,
And like tomorrow. And
every other day.
All right, guys. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening to Kids in the Tank. Make sure to tune in next week for our next guest, Evan Conroy, manager of U.S. and APACR Writer Operations. 1, 2, 3.
Kids in the Tank out.
I forgot we had. It doesn't say all together, so I didn't know if we were gonna do it.
BizTank isn't possible without your help. For more information on BizTank and how you can help, interact with us on our social media or visit our website at gsbiztank.org.